I know I just posted my review of the Sorcerer's Stone / Philosopher's Stone thing. It's because I wasn't in the mood to edit last week. Sue me. But I am here with my Slytherin look. I've got green eyeshadow, black lipstick is my Slytherin look because we are reviewing the Chamber of Secrets. If there's a Slytherin book, it's gonna be this one because, you know, Chamber of Secrets, Salazar Slytherin, snakes. I don't know, I just thought it was a bit fun to go a little goth for this video. This is also going to be my May wrap up because I finished a book in May. I finished this before the end of May. Yay! So yeah, I read one book. I have a goal of 50 books to read this year, but it was kind of just disheartening to see the Goodreads challenge tell me that I'm 9 books behind, soon to be 10. So I changed it to 30, and it was still telling me I was a couple books behind. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're just gonna go with it, right? So, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, more like Harry Potter and the people that are around him are obsessed or possessed. What can we say about Harry's time with the Dursleys? Yet again, abusive. There are times in here where Harry has to duck from being hit in the head with a frying pan. Being locked in his room with a cat flap to deliver food and cold soup, and this is just where... See previous video about the child abuse of the Dursleys and the Wizarding World's incapability of doing anything. The Wizarding World, again, sucks. So does the Muggle world because, you know, no one's catching on that, you know, the Dursleys abused the nephew. Can't detect that a child is being abused and yet can notify said child of underage magic the second it is detected in the house. Where's the detection for abuse? You know, they, like, as much as I think as Dobby the house elf is annoying as fuck, he's actually very, very brave. The fact that he is in servitude of a wizarding family and he's going behind their backs and trying to save Harry Potter's life in his own twisted way is to say something. I've always shit on Dobby before. I thought he was annoying and like, ugh. But reading it this time, I feel like I can appreciate Dobby, the house elf. Trying to give Harry Potter clues as to what his master is planning, while trying not to betray said master. I am very glad that we get to see Harry in a setting that is actually good for him when he finally goes to the Weasleys. However unconventional that trip to get him there was, just to have him see what a wizarding family is all about and how different and how loving a family can be. There was one part in the book where no matter how much of the magical things that are happening, the most thing that surprised Harry was the fact that he was actually liked there, which that just breaks your heart. You just want to hold him and squeeze him and tell him everything's gonna be okay. Oh, the journey to Hogwarts. If only Harry and Ron had the smarts to wait by the car while the Weasleys came back. Oops, you missed your train, we'll get you there somehow. Let's not just wait by the car for Mr. and Mrs. Weasley to come back to the car they need to go home. Let's just take the car and fly it. It's one of those things where, yes, they are capable of stupid decisions, but they are 12. Quite honestly, I think that Howler was very justified. Gilderoy Lockhart, the man who's obsessed with himself. You can very much see that the other professors are not put out by him at all. They all think he's ridiculous. They don't believe a word what he says. And yet the world seems to eat into his bullshit. And he's very, very threatened by Harry and his fame. But I guess he was the only one available to do the job. Oh, Colin Creevey. I don't understand him. Like, obviously he's a Muggle-born, and he's probably only just learned about Harry Potter. But how is someone that obsessed with someone? The poor kid. Like, just go find your own friends. Please, go find your own friends. And quit being obsessed. Overall, the story is a little better than the Philosopher's Stone was. I can definitely see that there are no characters that are introduced that don't play a part in some way and form. The structure of the story is very laid out in that way. You have the Hufflepuffs, you got Justin Finch Fletchley, and Ernie and Hannah. They all serve a purpose to show that people think that Harry's the heir of Slytherin, and it's foreshadowing of what's going to happen to Justin. And that is what those characters serve as a purpose. I can very much see that. You have interactions with a nearly headless Nick and his whole Death Day party, because he plays the part, the fact that it really helped the story along. You know, if Justin was petrified with a random ghost just sitting there, you would think, oh, that's pretty random. You gotta have that sort of story weaved into it. You have that one girl from Ravenclaw whose only purpose is to be Percy's girlfriend. That plot device. It's funny that you've read a book over so many times that you pick up these things finally, of seeing how structured the story is and what pieces fall into place. Again, we have another mystery adventure in which the grown-ups don't have any clue of what to do. Like, not at all. How many attacks are going to be before they, you know, do a manhunt of the school to try to find this beast or the culprit or something? Like, obviously something is petrifying these students. But no, we're just gonna put it behind hospital wing shields and, like, just protect the students as much as possible instead of trying to figure out what the hell is going on in this school. I commend Harry and Ron for trying to go to the teachers, but then discovering that the teachers are gonna say, hey, Lockhart, go figure this out. You said you wanted to do this. Go, do it now. And Harry and Ron are like, what an idiot. I think that Ron and Harry were very brave going down to the Chamber of Secrets like they did. I mean, it was to save Ginny. Where are the grown-ups other than Lockhart, who's an idiot? It's a 50-year-old mystery, and, you know, Hagrid gets expelled 50 years ago for being accused of this, and that's all that happened. Little things like that just missed the mark for me. And of course, I find it really, really convenient that when all is said and done, like, they come out of the Chamber of Secrets, Dumbledore's there, and it was like, where were you 5 minutes ago, dude? 5 minutes ago. Overall, it was a very fun read. I didn't have to drag myself through the book. I very much heard parts of the movie as I was reading the dialogue, which is amazing that, you know, so much of the actual dialogue gets transferred into the movies. I'm actually kind of excited to move on to The Prisoner of Azkaban, which is the next book that we're reading in week 3, which is also Gryffindor Pride. I am excited to finally get through these books. I'm even getting more excited for my trip in September. I finally applied for my passport, so I'm going to get my passport in a couple weeks, and I'm going to book my flight, and it's just all coming together, and I'm so happy. Anyway, that is my review of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!